Now, one of the things that we have been discussing about NEO that on this channel that so many of the new investors sometimes tend to forget is that NEO, not only are they big when it comes to battery swapping technology, but they are also big on the charging infrastructure, right? I mean, as soon as you notice that this is a list that shows the inventories of self-built charging stations of some of the new energy vehicle car brands in China, which shows that NIO has got charging stations of around 5,137, and they take the top spot, and they've got around 28,681 chargers, which is something that is very, very good. I mean, by the way, that number of NIO, it's as of the 3rd of July, right? And this shows you that NIO continues to improve on their infrastructures to make sure that they give convenience and at least ease to those that buy their brands. But something about the chargers that you must know is that 80% of the time NIO chargers are being utilized by non-NIO users, meaning that it is the other car brands that are utilizing NIO chargers more than NIO itself, which simply means that obviously NIO is not utilizing, or the NIO users are not utilizing these chargers that much. Majority of the people that are using these chargers are the other car brands, because NIO, it is the car brand with most chargers in China. NIO, it is the car brand with most battery swapping stations in China and the world as a whole, which is something that is very, very good. And to see this kind of progress, I think it's something that is very important, which shows us that NIO, indeed, it is a company that is doing very, very well. I mean, when I saw this, I was very excited, and I was really interested on also how the battery swapping figures are going like, because also on the battery swapping station side, which this one unfortunately is still being used by NIO and Onvo, things have been looking so great, because you will see that the battery swapping or the battery swaps that took place on Friday, the 4th of July, NIO battery swaps came at 103,797, which equated to roughly 4,325 battery swaps per hour. This shows you that things are going so well. I mean, NIO swap stations, these as of Friday, it's around 3,389, and NIO has been deploying these battery swapping stations. In fact, they have got almost 1,000 battery swapping stations onto the highways, connecting 550 cities, or connecting a lot of cities into China, which is something that is obviously just so great. When it comes to infrastructure, NIO, it is king, not just in China, but in the world as a whole. And this is because they want to make a statement. Whatever NIO is doing, they want to make sure that when you talk about them, you realize that they are up there. From their cars to the battery swapping stations to the chargers, NIO is making sure that they make a very bold statement to say that they are one of the leaders, or if not the leader, in this fast growing EV space. I mean, the second car brand with most, of course, chargers is Li Auto, with 2,851 charging station, with equating to 15,655 chargers. Tesla plus 2,800 charging stations, 14,100 chargers. Xpeng, 2,348 charging stations, 12,300 chargers. Zika, 1,683 charging stations, 8,407. Then you've got GAG, 1,651 charging station, 16,819 chargers. Then you've got HEMA, 1,000 charging stations. We don't know the chargers which they have, right? Which is something that is very interesting. Now, NIO takes lead into the chargers. NIO takes lead into the battery swapping stations, which simply means that, look, man, NIO, it is the company that not only is it doing well when it comes to deployment of battery swapping stations, but also in the charging business, or in the charging segment, NIO is doing exceptionally well, which is something that is very, very good. And it shows us the massive potential that lies within NIO. I mean, so many people will come and tell you that Neo, it's a company that will not do that well, but they tend to forget about the kind of infrastructure that backs Neo. This also does generate Neo tons and tons of revenues, tons and tons of money, because the other sales revenue or the car sales revenue, you will notice that it also grows the more Neo sells their cars, the more Neo build this infrastructure, which shows that it could be something that very soon in the next couple of quarters we see Neo generating over $1 billion from non-EV sales, which is something that is very good, something that is very, very exciting. So tell me what you think about this, man. Blue sky is coming, long term will win, and those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. It takes me some time to make these videos, and look, man, all I'm trying to show you here is that Neo is going to be a long-term winner. At the end of the day, Neo will win, Neo will do well, Neo will continue dominating the fast-growing EV space. They might not be profitable as yet, but Neo continues to show to the world that, look, they are in this game for the long term, which is why the Neo CEO said in some of the technologies, Neo is 10 years ahead. He was talking about, I think, the battery swapping station business in Europe, to say that, look, Europe is still going to adjust to battery swapping stations. Neo, it's still going to get to know or to be familiar with battery swapping stations. Europe is not yet there in terms of that technology, which is why they've also been slow when it comes to the deployment of battery swapping stations in Europe. But in China, a lot of people are starting to feel the gist of what battery swapping station is all about, which is why you've been seeing even the other Neo users who bought their cars with a battery coming back and say, hold on, there is more to this. Neo can do more. Neo can, this battery swapping station offers convenience, the massive convenience that we are seeing. It's on the next level, which is why the other Neo users that bought their cars with a battery are changing and making sure that they now rethink or reconsiders about Neo, reconsidering and going to subscribe to bus, which entails them also using these battery swapping stations that Neo has built. And those that have now joined the battery swapping or utilizing battery swapping stations are saying they wish they could have done it some time back, because the convenient cannot be confirmed to the kind of experience that you get when you are charging your car, which is something that is good, something that is very, very exciting. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win, and those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. It takes me some time to make videos like this, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Blue sky is coming, long term will win, and those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. I'll see you on the next one, my dear friends. That is all from me, and God bless you all.